standard answer to that is yes. Obviously, data privacy is a huge issue, not just within the continental United States, but also within, it's become a global problem. So, and most businesses now don't deal locally. The day of the age of that is kind of come and gone. So an easy answer is to say, yes, you have to be aware of that, and you have to be cognizant of that, and you have to be concerned about it. But the better answer is it depends on the nature of the business. If you're in the medical field, obviously you have HIPAA laws, so you have to be careful with disclosures. If you are an attorney, you have to make sure that you don't disclose confidential information. If you're an accountant, you have to make sure you don't disclose confidential information. And that can be either through word of mouth or through a breach of your data and your computer system. So you have to make sure that you have mechanisms put in place to protect you as well as possible. Now, one of the things is that as soon as there's some type of hack, then there is automatically people that come out and say, we can fix this for you. And maybe through existing technology or through new technology or something that's customized for that particular business, and say, okay, now we fixed it. Well, then that just is another opportunity for a hacker to get into your data. So it's kind of an ongoing battle, and it kind of depends on how important a data breach would be. Now, certainly as a business, you do not want to be giving out information of your customers. It doesn't matter if it's protected or not. So you don't want to get in a situation where you do that. But if you are in a profession or if you're in a business that the law states or that your licensing board states that you have to keep that information confidential, then you have to take extra steps to ensure that that happens. And if it gets breached, then the question of liability and B, exposure may come down to actually what actions were taken to prevent that from leaking, if it did in fact leak. But it is very business dependent on the kind of the hierarchy of where you put that in your business. If it's something where there are really no laws or there are no licensing requirements that address confidentiality, then the hierarchy is there, but it's lower. Not saying it's not important, but it's not as important as losing your license or violating a state or federal law because you've allowed this to be disclosed and you haven't taken any action to stop it from being disclosed. So you might be liable by omission there. So it just really kind of depends on the nature of the business.